What is the good word, everybody? This is your man's the one, and this is the Dukes of Football. And I am Duke One. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of some fabulous football talk by yours truly, the one. Um, let's see. Yeah, as you can see, who we are powered by our good sponsors and good friends and good partners down there across the bottom of the screen. What an exciting week! Let's see what episode is this anyway? This is episode 26, week 11 and 12 of the NFL NCAA 2021-22 football season. So, man, what an exciting weekend we had last week in the NFL. Man, there was upsets galore, just ridiculous wins that by people who you did not expect to win, and ties, all those kind of crazy things. And then in the world of the NCAA, we had the latest rendition of the college football playoff poll. No really major upsets that way. Some close calls, some favorable calls, and some favorable games. Nothing really outstanding. Some good games. Actually, there were some upsets, but they didn't affect the top seven. So, I mean, I guess it didn't really matter. But across the football realm, I mean, it was a pretty exciting week. A couple new faces and new places, or old faces and whatever, something of that nature. Let's see. You have the sniffles, sir. Actually, I do have a little runny type of nose type deal, and that's because I don't really know. Maybe it's because it's 60 degrees outside, and I got the window open here in the one studio. Hey, buddy, if you're not busy, you can jump right on in here, there, feller. No, I'm actually okay. I hope you're okay. I hope you had fun there down in Miami. I saw the pictures. Seems like you and Dan had a Dan and Dan. Hilarious. I just now put that together. But apparently, you guys had fun, and that is awesome. Great thing is over the bare knuckle side. I am working on a Dan. Listen up. I am working on a bare knuckle burger. See, the idea is to have a burger themed for pretty much every sporting type of thing, whatever. So we hit you with the what was it? The MNFers. We hit you with the MNFers Monday. Those were the little those were the little bitty burgers, the little mini burgers on the English muffins with all the gooey stuff. So it was pretty cool. So that was the MNFers. So I am working on a bare knuckle one. It's absolutely fantastic. I think I might debut it on I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna debut it. It'll be on something. But anyway, let's get back to football is what we're all here to chat about. Let's start off with a little bit of high school football. Here in Indiana, we're going through the state tournament, and right now we are at the semi-state part of the Manus Munchies for our friend Nathan Manus and our ooh. I'm gonna have to hit Nathan up and see. I have to hit him up to see what type of food he likes, and then I can come up with something like that. The gridiron skillet burger. Yeah, now you're just getting outrageous, but we can come up with something. But anyway, where were we at? We were high school football. Yes. So right now here in Indiana, we are in the middle of our state tournament. We have here, I think we're at the semi-state part of the tournament, and let's see, what do we got here? I know last week or a couple weeks ago, it might have been last week, I picked Dan's Ron Colley team going up against one of our old friends, but old sponsors, Sean Rockstar Realtor Nugent. His daughter's at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon ended up winning that, so Mount Vernon ended up keep moving on and advancing. But right now, this is a really good part of the time. So I'm going to give you some of the matchups that I think are favorable or for um, this week in high school football. Before I do that, let's see what this comment is. Yep, Dan is on. Yep, yep. And this year, Rod College team is better than 99 team. They're out. They got beat by Rod Colley. I mean, by Mount Vernon. But you guys won state, so I don't understand how you feel that this team is better than your team. This team did win state. Your team won state. Remember, you like to remind me I have a state ring and you don't. Like, yeah, whatever. So, exactly. We was. I'm done with you. I have to get on with the show. I'm not going to sit here and keep badgering you about. I don't know. People said that. I don't know. I don't. People said that. Who are these people? Who are these people? And why are you listening to these people with no BW Sports One opinion? But anyway, back to where we were at. Banners. Football. Yes. Okay. So in the 6A semi-state matchups, we got Maryville at Westfield. Westfield, I think, has been in the finals and maybe even won it a couple years ago. Obviously, I got friends whose kids play there, so obviously, I'm going to pull for the Westfield over Maryville in that matchup. Then we also have a little more closer to Central Indiana matchup here, schools that we are very familiar in hearing. Let's see, we got Ben Davis, who has been dominant in football for many, many decades, but they've fallen off. I think they haven't won it for a couple years. Center Grove is the new powerhouse, flip flopping between Center Grove, Carmel, and Warren Central are pretty much the new powerhouses right now in football. But this is going to be a really good matchup with Ben Davis at Center Grove. I think Center Grove won it last year. So that's going to be a really good matchup. And obviously, the winner of those two games will meet for state. 5A semi-state matchup, we got Michigan City. I'm pretty sure none of the federal penitentiary convicts are going to be snuck into this game like down in Bishop Sycamore. So I think you're all right. Zionsville. Obviously, I have a real bitter taste in my mouth right now for the Zionsville Eagles because my daughter's team lost by 1 last night to the Zionsville Eagles last night. Very hard game, very fall game. A couple young ladies on the Zionsville team that we're very familiar with. One that we do play with in the summers and we'll continue to play with this next summer with IGB. So that was a pretty good game to watch. So congratulations to both teams on a hard-fought game. Good job, Zionsville, for the win. But I'm not really liking you right now. So we move on. I like Zionsville in this matchup over Michigan City. And then we have another known powerhouse with several NFL players. We got Cathedral playing New Albany. I like Cathedral in that matchup. And obviously, the winner of those two are going to go to state. Semi-state 4A matchup that I'm concentrating on. I didn't give you both sides, just the matchup that I like. Mount Vernon against Evansville Memorial. I like Mount Vernon due to the connection that we here at BW Sports and myself with persons with in the Mount Vernon community. So we're going to go with Mount Vernon. That one, the 3A semi-state matchup I like is Mishawaka Marion at our own Brebeuf Jesuit. Yes, I said that right, folks. That is Brebeuf Jesuit. Now, I don't know if you guys have been around Indianapolis long or not, but Brebeuf has not really been a name for a high school that you think of in football. So this is a very interesting matchup for me to see that Brebeuf is branching out other than soccer and basketball. So I'm going to go with Brebeuf Jesuit in this particular matchup. And in the 2A semi-state matchup, we got another local team, another private school, Cecina Memorial, traveling to Evansville Modern Day. Oh, Snapple! Ah!
Poof! I'm like Candyman. Say my name 3 times and poof, I'm here.
Well, look who decided. Hey, buddy, you look like you're in the truck.
Yep, I'm getting ready to. I'm actually waiting on her to come out for practice. So, yes, it was a very interesting weekend of football. Let's just say that.
Yes, yes, it was. I will give you that one. So, like I was just saying, the 2A matchup for semi-state, it's the Cena Memorial at Evansville Modern Day. I have no idea about Evansville Modern Day. I've heard the name 2 or 3 times. Whoa, the darkness. I've
I don't know. It's
heard
gonna
the
be
name.
pretty difficult for me to drive with this light on.
No, you're good. Evansville Memorial Day, I've seen it a couple times, but I haven't really paid too much attention about it. And obviously, we know Cecina. Obviously, you know Cecina very well, being a in that CYO organization.
Yes. Fortunately for us, we were on the good side of that and never really had to worry about Cecina. But since then, I'm not going to lie, obviously, the past few years, Cecina has been up and coming. I believe they won state a couple years ago, right?
I think they did.
So either that or they came runner up. I know they made it there. I can't remember if they won or not. But yeah, I mean, for the past few years, Cecina's team has been a lot better than what I remember it as.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, when I was in high school, the private schools really didn't get a whole lot of pull except for Cathedral and Chatard. You know, what I mean, maybe you'll hear Roncalli in basketball or something or some odd sport, but uh, back with us, it was still IPSs. IPSs.
Yeah, you
That
probably
is
only heard
great.
Ron Colley about wrestling back then, more than likely.
Yeah. All right. So while I got you here, let's dive into some my bookie NCAA man cave chatter. 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and a free $10 bet with mybookie.ag. Hey, before we even do that, before we even talk about that, tell me about Miami, bro, and bare knuckle. What is freaking popping?
Oh man, it was. You know, I don't personally really like Miami unless I got a lot of money to blow, which because Miami feels like, and I ain't never been to Las Vegas, but Miami feels like it's the East Coast Vegas, the way they try to make you spend on everything the way they do. But other than that, put that aside, it was an awesome week of fuckery. I'll say it like that. There was a lot of stuff that went down there that I am really not too happy about. But the main thing that I like to talk about is our girl Britton Beltran going 4-0 in bare knuckle within 12 months and 5-0 since August of 2020 because she had a pro boxing match back in August of 2020 that started that 5 fight win streak. So congratulations to her. What's next? It better be the belt and money. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, that's about all you can say. But you know, what I mean, we've over the last couple of events, we've seen to hear a lot of negative mishaps going on in that exciting new realm of fighting. I mean, I enjoy watching it when I get a chance to. It gets mixed in with a because you know me, bro. I watch a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of shit, so it kind of mixes in. But it always seems to be there seems to be an issue. When do you think that they're going to get a decisive governing body, modern after, say, MMA or boxing, but not to the same extent? Because it looks like there needs to be some type of governing body to kind of regulate these management companies, these managers, these fighters not making weight, these type of things. What are your ideas on that?
As soon as they actually hold people accountable for their mishaps, then you'll see it starting. I mean, it starts with obviously I'd love to have like a council per se over bare knuckle in general. It's pros and cons to having it and not having it. I get it, but like you said, there's got to be some type of regulating body that says, regardless of what it is, bare knuckle. Here's the rules. Now, with that being said, I like the difference in like the rings. Personally, I like
Yes,
that trigon. I love that
I
triangle
love it.
ring. Yeah, I love it, and I want to see more of that. I think the big, the circle, the squared circle is what they call it, is
Hmm.
a little bit too big. Narrow it down a little bit, and maybe. But and I'm not saying that people's got to change the ring that they use at all, but the rules and the regulations within the fights itself, they need to be more universal. They need to be overall. Here's the deal. Boom. There it is. It's kind of like in NCAA football. Well, NCAA period. With all the money deals and stuff, it's the same thing. There's got to be something saying, okay, I mean, let's be realistic, real, and fair.
Right. So now that you say that, at least that's a good lead into the NCAA. So obviously we had the college football poll this week come out again, and the top seven do stay the same. They don't mix up, which is no problem with me, other than the fact that I am a Michigan dude through and through, and you know this, but I still don't see how the committee has Michigan in front of Michigan State. That is still my only gripe. And by the way, Notre Dame sneaks in to number 8. So they're still just peeking on the outside. So yeah. So how does Michigan State still behind Michigan regardless? I think the strength of schedule is still the same, the record is the same, but the head to head is different.
And I cannot remember for the life of me, and this does not make necessarily much room talk in my opinion. But who did Michigan State lose to last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, Purdue.
Purdue. Purdue. Okay. The only way that I can see that they are putting these out is because of who they lost to compared to Michigan's loss, which was Michigan State. However, it's head to head with the exact same record. I do not understand how Michigan is above Michigan State, just like you
But
said.
but they follow the head to head with Oregon and Ohio State just above them.
That they
But
did.
clearly, Ohio State is the better team at this point of the season.
Right now, yeah, definitely hard
Yeah.
to hard to argue that.
Hard
And
to argue that one.
Michigan State has always been that wishy-washy team, though. They could come out one week and play dominant, and they come out the next week and play like shitball. But they've been. This is the most consistent team I've seen over a year's span in a long time for them. But I still do not agree with them being behind Michigan in the rankings because of the head-to-head win that they have over the Wolverines.
And I agree. And staying with that same theme with the Big Ten East, is this not the most exciting finish to a conference a race that is not the championship game that we've seen in the last couple of years? Like the SEC, we know Georgia's got the East or the West or whatever side they got. And Alabama, for most likelihood, is going to end up on that other side. We're going to see Georgia, Alabama in the SEC championship. We already expected, so it's no hype. The ACC, who really cares? It's not Clemson, so nobody is really
Nobody.
caring. You know what I'm saying? And as much faith as we've put in Utah, UCLA, USC, anybody else but Oregon, Oregon's going to come out of there. So, what's more exciting than you got 3 teams with the same record? All 3 of them kind of coincide with playing each other in the last 3 weeks of the season to see who is going to be that big dog. And that race completely affects the final 4 to go in when they do the selection on December 5th.
Absolutely, dude. I cannot wait for that next weekend, rivalry weekend, Ohio State, Michigan. Where's that game at?
It's in Ann Arbor.
Okay, I hope you guys dog walk Ohio State just because I don't care for Ohio State at all. I really don't like Michigan. God knows, everybody knows I'm not a Michigan lover. But you know what? I respect Michigan way more than I do Ohio State. So, God, I hope you win that game. Now, Which one of you guys have Penn State this week?
Neither one of us. Michigan
Is
State
it
has
Michigan
Penn
State?
State. No.
Okay.
Penn State has no one cares this week because Michigan
Gotcha.
has Maryland, Michigan State, and Ohio State play.
Okay, Michigan
And
State, Ohio
then,
State. That's right.
yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And Penn State's a one loss or two loss. They're only a
Hey,
one loss,
man,
right?
no, they're like 4. Remember, they lost
Did they
3 in a
lose?
row.
Okay, man, I lost. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
they're not even.
Yeah.
I think they was barely ranked. You know what I mean? Like 20 or some shit like that. But they were ranked in the AP poll, but not the CFP poll.
Okay. How many losses does Iowa have? 2?
Man, Wisconsin's coming out of that side. Wisconsin's coming out of that other side.
It's unfortunate too.
Yeah, with Purdue not handling their business with Ohio State, I mean, they need to win out, and they need Wisconsin to lose the rest for Purdue to take it. But it's Wisconsin's in the driver's seat to come out this side.
Yeah, because they got Nebraska this week, and I don't see Nebraska doing anything with that.
Hey, man, listen, I will say Nebraska doesn't win games, but their quarterback Martinez is exciting to watch when he's healthy and not getting beat up. And Frost does have a good thing that he's trying to get. He just doesn't have the athletes, man. And I don't know how much longer Nebraska is going to give him time to recruit.
I agree because I thought at least Nebraska was going to come into this season. Last year it was like, okay, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. Now this year Nebraska was supposed to be tough. What's wrong with that? I think them and Florida State are my least favorite teams this season, just like last season, because I picked them a lot and they lost for me. Big Ten overall is Big Ten.
These Florida teams suck, man. I don't know what is going on in the Florida water, and they're a hotbed for football athletes. Florida State sucks. Miami sucks. Florida sucks.
You know what's going on?
What's going on?
People are able to recruit better now over the whole country instead of just different regions.
True that.
Being able to grab those people like Notre Dame, Michigan are able to grab those people in Florida, grab those people in Alabama. At early stages, 70s, 80s, yeah, people thought Michigan, Notre Dame, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of went to the wayside because who wants to come to Ann Arbor or South Bend at the end of November and be playing in 20 degrees or negative degrees?
I mean, it's cold as shit up here.
Right. But now, the names are coming back to relevancy. They're able to be stipend. I'll keep it at that. They're able to be stipend for different things, and so they can make money. Why not go to Michigan? Why not? Especially if a lot of people in Florida, if they've grown up in Florida, they don't want to live there anymore. And I don't get it because I love Florida. Florida's
got some questionable mentality people. You know what I mean? I can see how people want to get out for a little bit. That's like growing up in Gary and wanting to stay there.
That's very true. It's very true. But like I said, I think a lot of people are seeing that recruitment being able to be done wherever, and they're being able to pull these guys from different places.
Have you made it to the crib yet?
I did.
All right. Well, why don't you just travel yourself on in the house and get yourself hooked up? I can stall for you.
Keep it rolling. I'll catch up as soon as I get on.
Sounds good to me. Well, that's what